Well, Paula, we're live.
Excellent. Okay.
It's very exciting, isn't it? But we're not. It's not 6 o'clock, so we will wait until
see some people joining.
And we can see people joining. Now, if anybody can hear us, that would be excellent to know.
Just pop. Yes,
Just
we can hear you into the chat.
I can hear you. Yay! Oh, technology. Don't we love it? Don't we love it? Welcome, everybody that is joining right now.
We have literally got hundreds of people
signed
up from all over the world.
Hundreds of people signed up from all over the world. It's very marvellous that we have people from all the way around the world.
America, Canada, Saudi Arabia, Dubai,
Australia,
Germany.
We can't list 50 countries now.
We can't. We're just going to wait a little while longer to make sure that sometimes takes a while for everybody to find the link and to join us. We don't want you to miss out on anything.
No, absolutely not.
Hope you've all got a nice cup of tea, maybe a glass of wine.
Yes.
Depending on the time of day.
Indeed. We haven't got wine tonight, have we?
Not tonight.
No.
Not for about another hour. Then we might. We might have a little glass.
Just a small one.
Just a small one.
Okay. So, should we get going?
Yeah, I think we should.
Let's get going.
Okay.
So,
well, welcome everybody to our online training this evening, how to build a profitable therapy practice while still serving your clients at the very highest level and never having to resort to those yucky selling tactics. So you're in the right place if you're a therapist who wants to help more people and build a successful practice. You've tried to find clients or raise your prices and it didn't work. You've tried some marketing tactics and now you're confused and overwhelmed, or you're established and want to take your business to the next level. So it doesn't really matter if you're just starting out and struggling or you already have a successful practice. We have something to help you. So I'm going to introduce us first of all, for those of you that haven't met us already. I'm Paula and this is Emma next to me. Emma is a psychologist, a business coach and an author. She's been the owner of multiple businesses and business partnerships. And she's advised over 1,000 international therapists on marketing and practice growth. I'm Paula. And I'm a digital marketing and events specialist, and I have 25 years, oh my goodness, experience developing marketing strategies from global brands like Coke and NatWest and British Airways right through to startups. And together we are joint creators of Therapy Marketing School. So here's what you're going to learn by hanging around. You're going to learn a very specific 10-step process to ensure you attract the ideal paying clients. You're going to learn the single most important thing you must do to start selling high-priced packages straight out of the gate. You're going to learn the simple answer to the most common question we get asked: how do I use social media to attract clients? You'll learn the new, highly effective and, to be honest, slightly controversial way to do websites. Now, this is the big one that fancy website designers do not want you to know, folks. And also, you're going to learn how to avoid overwhelm so you can finally make consistent, profitable income. Now, make sure you stay right to the end because we are going to give you a client analyzer, which is a fantastic tool we use to help you identify your ideal target market. We're going to give you the mind map, which shows you our whole process, and also the TMS, that's Therapy Marketing School Roadmap, to show you where you are right now in your business and what you need to do to get to the next stage.
So I want to share something with you. This is Emma speaking now. someone actually asked me the other day whether she should even refer somebody to us because she wondered if we needed any more clients. So, you know, after my jaw hit the deck, I just want to share my journey or some of my journey here to make it absolutely clear that we completely understand the struggles that people have when they're self-employed. Because Paula and I have been self-employed for most of our adult working life. And I also want you to know that we do not find clients or make sales by accident. And for years, I worked in corporate training and coaching. And, excuse me, we never, and when I say we, that's me and my husband, Tim, in fact, we never had to do any marketing. We did really good work and we got large corporate projects referred to us. So, you know, that's really the first marketing lesson, by the way, is that your reputation is really important. So just do great work and people will refer to you. And that is marketing, although you don't probably think of it as that. So for lots of reasons, you know, we moved house, we decided to change direction and reinvent ourselves as small business coaches. We got a bit fed up working in corporates where you never quite know, you know, everyone tells you you've made a difference, but then you don't really know because you're not in there. So it was much more exciting working with small businesses. And that's how we found ourselves on a cliff edge, starting from scratch at that point, not having any idea how to get clients. And this is what happened to our income. It took an absolute nosedive. And we knew that we had to do things differently. We went for dinner with a friend who very helpfully, it was helpful actually, but at the time I didn't feel it, told us that we didn't actually have a business. And it was really unpleasant to hear because we knew he was right. So we set off actually to the, well, we just set off in search of this new way to try and make things work. Because, of course, we were going into this new market of small businesses and we got a very expensive website. We invested money in search engine optimization, which is like throwing money down the drain. We wrote books. I mean, you can imagine how long this all took, by the way. If you write books that aren't aligned with your offering, it's pointless. And we bought course after course. Every single one was $2,000. I mean, I have to say, we learned more stuff than we will ever need to know. And I even shut myself away and learned to do pay-per-click Google ads, which was a thing. And so we searched and searched until we met this man, because nothing had worked. And it was a really difficult time for us. And we kept trying new things and the recession was upon us. And it was just a struggle to keep ourselves afloat. And there's my lovely husband there on the right, the tall one. And the man in the middle is Dan Kennedy. And what he taught us changed everything for us, because we then had a roadmap to attract people. And that's when our small business marketing and business took off. And that's why we share things with us now. So what he taught us was that marketing isn't about fancy pants tactics, and it's about getting your fundamentals right. It's about knowing who your clients are. It's about getting your message across in a clear and concise way. And to be honest, knowing what your message is. And that's when my love affair with marketing began, because the penny that really dropped was how relevant my psychology degree was, which of course, and most of you will realize. And we went in search of other gurus. There's all sorts of people. There's one of our business partners there, Laurel Langmeyer, who has 92 businesses. And Frank Kern, who's probably the greatest online marketer ever. And Ali Brown and John Richardson, who I am very happy to say has become a very close friend. And so we started, Tim and I started our new adventure with small businesses, and we ran trainings, we ran mastermind groups, we helped experts to leverage their expertise with online products eventually. And that is just something I'm very, very passionate about. And it's part of what, we can help you with in Therapy Marketing School. And at that point, some quite high profile people realized I was actually quite good at it. And we were asked by a well-known hypnotherapist to put together her training school and her online program. And after putting together her online program, she asked me to develop a marketing product for her therapists who attended her school. I knew that they were really worried about finding clients. So I knew that I needed to teach them the building blocks, the things that were actually going to get them their first clients, not fancy pants stuff. And I knew from my own experience of being overwhelmed by tactics that I needed a proper strategy and to stick to the formula that I developed after studying with Dan Kennedy for all those years, because I am compressing about 7 years into 5 minutes. And, the thing that I put into practice to build our coaching company. And at the same time, I found out later that Paula was at the same marketing event as me. Oh, that's me running my mastermind. Found out later that Paula was at the same Dan Kennedy event. We hadn't even met. So this is like, 9-10 years ago,
Yeah.
Paula?
Mm-hmm.
And she had similar struggles.
Oh my goodness, we're going back in
We're
going back in a time machine to tell you a little bit about my story and how I've got here. So we're going back here to 1990. No sniggering, please. Here I am, newly graduated from university, extremely naive with my sort of marketing and media scroll there under my arm and not really sure what to do next. So I was thankfully bright enough to hustle my way into a job with one of the top 10 ad agencies in London. And I started to work on some amazing accounts with some huge brands from Coca-Cola to Mars, NatWest, British Airways. I was flown all over the place, working in Zanzibar, working in Prague, flying to the USA, living in Fulham in London, nice car, air miles, the expense account, the whole shebang, having an absolutely wonderful time. And then this happened. Oh my goodness, there they are.
Look at those cuties.
In very, very quick succession, I was married and then had 3 lovely boys kind of back to back. And you can see there, my youngest, Flynn, that's the one in the middle, is obviously extremely pleased about being included in this lovely family snap. But obviously everything changed when these 3 boys came along, and the stress of maintaining a career and looking after these 3 was, just too much. And there was just no way that I could be a corporate mom and do that whole thing and stay true to my values. And I really, really knew that I had to find another way. And I became obsessed with finding a way to balance my home life and my work life. So I started, it made sense. I started working in the family business doing marketing, and suddenly found it wasn't easy at all. And all the strategies that I'd been learning working for big brands with huge budgets just didn't work or were not available to me. I was also trying SEO and fancy pants tactics with no strategy at all. And yeah, the skills I had were just not working. So one evening, I remember it very vividly. I was online looking for inspiration and training, trying to find this new way. And I came across this wonderful entrepreneur. Her name is Ali Brown. She's American. Here she is with another great man indeed, Richard Branson. And Ali Brown just really resonated with me, what she was teaching, particularly to women in business. And I knew I'd found my mentor. Now, over the next few years, I invested well over £30,000 in training and got return on investment. This is the really important thing. I could see that the more I invested in proper training with the right people, the more direct effect it had on sales and the growth of our business. And this is when I became really obsessed with data-driven marketing. So that's marketing which isn't fluffy, and it's not all about fancy new tactics. It's about learning things, putting something in and getting something out, and being able to measure it. And if I say so myself, even being a self-deprecating Scot, I got very good at this and started to teach other people how to market their small business. I started to run £10,000 a year mastermind groups, and latterly ran training events, particularly again for women in business. And I always keep my eye on the ball of digital marketing and keep up to date with training. I invest a lot in my training, as Emma does. And I invested in a very advanced Facebook training course a couple of years ago, and was hired to put together a very big strategy piece for a hypnotherapist. I didn't know, but at the same time, Emma was designing her marketing training for 1,000 therapists. And over dinner one night, talking about how much we both loved working in this market with these wonderful people, we kind of realized that you were spending thousands of pounds on your therapy training, and then often didn't know how to just go out and get your first client and grow an actual business. So you could, carry on doing this job that you loved so much. So we realized then that our separate journeys had given us, highly complementary skills, and we knew exactly how to help fix the problem. And that is when things changed, and Therapy Marketing School was born. Ta-da!
There we are.
And fixing this problem is what we are here to show you today. So to begin with, Emma is going to explain our TMS, that's Therapy Marketing School roadmap, and then show you exactly how to identify your ideal paying customer. Over to you, Emma.
Okie doke. Okay, so the roadmap. Now, you all probably have got the action guide if you downloaded it. So if you have, now is your time to have a look at it and start to make notes, because we're going to get into the meat of the content right now. And also, I just want to, in case you're a bit alarmed at the size of this slide, you will get this roadmap as a handout when you've stayed to the end. We will send it to you. So do not be alarmed, because I'm going to show you in a bit more detail now. So you can see that there are 4 stages starting from the bottom and going up to the top. So the stages are foundation, grow, thrive, and flourish. And in a minute, I'm going to tell you how you know which stage you're at. Now, of course, it's our job to get you from wherever you are to flourish, if indeed that's where you want to go. Some people don't want to go to flourish, because flourish means being famous or certainly well known in your field. It means, getting a team of people. It means writing a book. It means all sorts of things that some people just are not interested in. And so that's just fine. Whatever you want, whatever your outcome is your outcome, and that's just fine. So I want to show you, I'm going to move to the next slide, and what you will see is foundation. So I'm just going to tell you how you know you're at foundation. So your income, this is when you just qualify, really. So you have an income of between nothing and £500 or dollars a month. You probably have between no clients and 10 clients a month. You certainly don't have any prospects. You don't have a database of any type. And the type of therapy that you will be doing is just one-to-one, face-to-face therapy. You'll be feeling really excited about your future and about your new venture, but you'll probably have a little bit of self-doubt creeping in. And you probably will feel overwhelmed by the amount you need to learn, the amount you need to practice in order to get your therapy practice up and running. And as I go through these, I want you to take notes of where you are, what stage you're in. It's really important that you know, so that you then know how to get to the next stage. And in order to get to the next stage, there are 6 steps. And I'm going to go through each of the 6 steps between each of the stages in a minute. So the next stage, I could fall over myself, couldn't I, is grow. So you know that you're in grow when you have an income of between 500 and 2,000 a month. These are only guidelines, but this is, you know, it's a guideline with a purpose. You have between 10 and 20 clients per month. You probably are gathering people's names, people who ask you, to give, who you meet networking, for example, and want to keep in touch with you. You're doing one-to-one therapy, probably doing remote sessions now, and you are outsourcing some jobs, okay? Some things that you don't like doing that take up your time and are taking away time that you could be either networking or marketing yourself in some way, or doing the job that you love, therapy. Now, you're probably feeling really pleased with yourself that you've got paying clients at this stage, but maybe some confusion. What we find is that people, some confusion about their niche and whether, you know, lots of people fight against the niching thing. So I'm going to talk about that a bit. And you may be a little bit overwhelmed with what you have to do. So then 6 steps later, you can get to thrive. Now, this stage will mean that you have an income of 2,000 to 5,000 a month. You've got a full schedule, you know, as many clients as you want to be seeing. For some people, that would be 2 days a week. Some people, 5 days a week. You probably now are doing one-to-one work and one-to-many work. So that might be group therapy. It might be trainings. It might be even packages and programs by that stage. You're feeling confident in your abilities and your work, but you might feel it's a bit of a struggle and overwhelmed by the amount of content you have to produce. We'll talk a bit about that later too. So finally, flourish, and I've you talked a bit about this. This is when you will have multiple offerings. And you'll also have an income of 5,000 plus. Mostly, you'll be doing one-to-many work, and you may even be teaching people to run your programs. So you'll be growing. You'll really, you'll have to employ a team. This is where you really expand your therapy practice into a full-blown business. Okay, so that's why, you know, a lot of people don't want that. Okay. So now I am going to show you the 6 steps that go between each of those stages. There we go. The steps to a flourishing practice. Now, again, please don't be alarmed. You will get a copy of this. In fact, you'll get a copy of an expanded version of this so that you can see each of the steps in each of the stages and that you can see the exact actions that you need to take in order to move to the next step. So I want to take you to look at the mind map in more detail. And this is where I am very, very strongly hoping that the technology will work. So I have to, bear with me, please, because I have to turn screen share on, and I'm going to be sharing my...
Look at that. Flawless, Emma.
Flawless.
Well done.
Let's hope, eh? Okay, so in fact, I've put myself off by that flawless thing. Okay, so there are 6 steps. I want to just take you through a brief overview, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to take a deep dive into 3 pieces of this lovely mind map. I realise I'm really quite pleased with myself, aren't I, Paula?
You
with
are.
My lovely mind map.
You are.
Okay, so I am going to just whiz in a wee bit. Okay, so here are the 6 things that you need to do to get your foundations in place so you can move to grow. First thing is your why. So why do you want to be a therapist? And what is that why that will keep you motivated, keep you getting out of bed in the morning, keeping you want to keep working with your clients? You will need a vision. So what do you actually want from your therapy business? What do you want in your life, and how do the two fit together? What story can you tell that will connect with your potential clients? You know that, Paula talked about know, like, and trust. She'll be talking about that later. Stories are amazing at building know, like, and trust with your clients. Niche, the big one. What market will you serve? Because if you try and serve every market, you will attract no one. It's one of the biggest mistakes that therapists make. Absolutely crucial that you choose which market to serve. And for those of you who know me, you know that I am on the niche soapbox often.
The niche queen, we call
the
you,
niche
Emma.
queen, yes.
Behind your back.
Yes. To my face, I think.
And to your face.
So your client, who are they? What's their life like? What pain are they in? And what result do they want? This is crucial, crucial, crucial. Okay, and I'm going to come back to these two bits in just a minute. Now, you'll notice, by the way, that there are more plus signs down all of these tendrils, because I like to call them tendrils. We don't know what their real name is. And so each of these steps has, multiple actions to follow. It is a route map, this mind map. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Good.
You follow it to get to where you need to get to.
You do. That's exactly
step by
right.
Step.
So that your message, you need a clear offering. Your elevator pitch is the pitch. It's a horrible word, pitch. Don't like really the word pitch. But it's essentially the sentence that you say to people when you meet them networking. And when they say, oh, so what do you do? And you need to have something that grabs their attention, that encapsulates what you do so that they know who they can refer to you. And you use plain and simple language, something that, when you've been surrounded by a lot of therapeutic language, can be quite tricky to remember that your clients do not understand what client-centered therapy means. That's an example. Okay, so then there's grow. So the 6 steps in grow are building your brand assets. And what I mean by that is, how do you represent your own brand? You might like to start to have a website by now. You might be using Facebook or other types of social media. And Paula is going to talk to you a bit about Facebook in a minute when she answers that question that we posed at the beginning. You might start to get business cards. Now, please note, this is a massive deal here. This is a massive deal. This is the website secret here. You'll notice that the first time I have mentioned website is in Grow. There are going to be probably 6 months of activity in Foundations First, and you do not want to build your website before you have your foundations in place. Anybody that you go and see about a website will tell you that you need a website in order to launch a business. That's not true. Therapy is a person-to-person business. You will at first go out and find your business by networking and talking to people, trying a lot of things out. You do not need a waste. That was nearly a Freudian slip there. A website. You do not need business cards at first. Okay. So I hope there's a lot of you there breathing a sigh of relief.
Because no website and no business cards costs you exactly what, Emma?
£0.
£0.
That's exactly right. And that's what we want to help you to do, is do some marketing with no money. Now, and the other reason why you don't build your website first is because I can absolutely guarantee that until you have your niche straight and your message straight, your offering straight, you will just have to redo it. And that is a total pain in the proverbial. So you'll also be further clarifying your niche. You'll be dealing with the fear of missing out, which is what everybody suffers from when they decide to put a stake in the ground and go, yes, I'm going to serve this niche. Because, of course, instantly they start wondering what they're going to miss out on. And you are going to communicate your message in a really clear and consistent, focused way. That is how you attract clients, by being consistent and focused. I'm going to come back to creating packages, not hourly sessions, and go take a little deep dive into that. So we suggest at this stage that you develop just 3 simple attraction strategies, and there are 5 here. And, you know, just choose 3. You don't need to do all sorts of everything. Just choose what's right for you. And you develop 1 method of converting prospects to clients, and we tell you what that is and even give you a script. And now let's move to Thrive. Okay, so what you have to do in Thrive is position yourself as an expert to build a following. And please don't take any notice of anyone that says you need to build a following from after your training. It's completely nonsense. You need to get some clients first. You know, that's trying to run before you can walk. It's a crazy thing to do. You need to demonstrate your success at this stage. You need to speak at events. Get a Facebook group. That's where you build things like your following. You might decide to super niche, get really, really, really lasered into a niche. That's the fastest way to get well known. And also form strategic partnerships. That's people who have your clients, who you can partner with, who have complementary products perhaps. And just briefly, this is where you really scale in the Flourish. And, you know, I already said you need to employ a team. You will need to get an office probably. You'll have specific roles in the company. You will have to, you know, get HR. You'll have to demonstrate leadership by this stage. You will have multiple online and offline conversion strategies. I mean, every tendril here has got lots of other tendrils. You'll have multiple products, low-end, mid-level, and high-end products, so that you can serve people at whatever financial level or level of interaction they need with you. And you need to write a book, really, is when you become well-known in your niche. So, you know, there's umpteen things you have to do to write a book. And on our team, I've written 3 books, one of which was a best-selling book. And on our team, we have another member of the team who is a real book expert and has had 5 best-selling books and teaches people how to write books. So even when you get to Flourish, you know, I'm currently helping one of our clients who is at this stage write a book, which has turned into 3 books, in fact. And she is already on television and radio and has a lot of PR. So she has a lot of clout. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is take that deep dive into the mind map. So I'm just going to seamlessly switch mind maps.
Oh,
there she blows. And look, there we go. This is the mind map with quite a few of the other tendrils showing. So, of course, you won't be able to read any of that. So I will go in, but I want you to just see, you know, how detailed this is. So let's go right into the niche with your the client analyzer there. Let's take a look at that. Now, we're going to give you the actual client analyzer, which is a, it's a, well, I can never think of the word. What is it?
It's a tool.
Well, it is a tool, but it's a sort of grid. It's a grid tool, isn't it?
It is indeed.
And what it has is 10 categories of questions that you will need to ask yourself so that you can pick the niche that serves you best. And, you know, you'll probably have a few options that you, or interests in a few niches that you might want to to have a look at. And this is a great tool. It's really, really useful to ask yourself these questions. It's essential to ask yourself these questions. Okay, so the first one is there an actual need for your offering? Some niches might not need what you're offering. You know, it's really, really important that you don't think just because you love what you do that other people actually need it. You know, that's an age-old business problem, that people do that because they're passionate about something. They think that everybody else is passionate. Do your prospects recognize that they need it? You know, again, there are some people who you can see really need help, but they don't think they need it. That is not a good market to go in. Do they want it? That's what we want. We want them to both need something and recognize that they need it and want it. That's the ideal market to work in. So how many people are there in this niche? And actually the biggest mistake people make is going too wide so that there are so many people in the niche. What you know, the narrower the niche, the more clients you'll get. I'm going to say that again. The narrower the niche, the more clients you will get. And that is completely counterintuitive, and nobody believes me until they do it. And then they do believe me. And it's really hard to do, and we really appreciate how hard that is to do because you want to help everybody. And, you know, we do it ourselves, don't we? You know, we've had many niches, both of us. And, you know, we've found our niche with therapists and we just love it. And, you know, because people know that we are specifically for therapists, for marketing, for their therapy businesses, we are easy for people to recommend because there it is in black and white. That's what we do. There's no faffing about when you niche. So are they easy to reach, these people? Where are they? You know, do they hang out anywhere? Do you love them? This is very important, very, very important. You really need to really enjoy working with the people that you are making a difference to. We love working with our therapists, don't we, Paul?
We do. It makes such a difference to your life.
Oh, God, it makes such a difference to your life.
Yeah.
We've both worked in niches that we found tricky, haven't we?
Tricky. That's a diplomatic way to put it. Yeah.
Tricky. And, you know, and it's stressful. And, you know, when you work with people that you really just love working with, then your work is not work, is it? So do they already pay for similar services? So, for example, you know, if you work with, somebody was talking to us about working with spiritually aware people this week. And of course, spiritually aware people seek out help. So they already are prepared to pay for help, which is a good thing because you don't want people in a niche who are not prepared to pay for help. Now, what's the level of competition in that niche? Who else is serving that niche is something to pay attention to. And what you don't want is no competition in that niche. Now, I know that sounds funny, but if you find that there is no one else serving that niche, you know, don't try and crack a niche. Don't be first. It's not a good business decision to do that. Go where people are already being successful. Now, when you get to the Thrive level, you'll be wanting to answer this question, which is how many products and services could they buy from you? So can you sell them anything else like, I don't know, like oils or something else that you can package up? And I'm going to move on to that in a minute. And critically, do they have money to spend? You know, we all want to help people who don't have money. But number one, I would say, please don't assume that people don't have money. There's a lot of assumptions around pricing and, you know, and, oh, people can't afford it. Well, you know, we don't want to patronize people by assuming they can't afford our services. But likewise, you do not want to spend your time working in a niche where you absolutely know that they have no money. Okay, so those are the 10 questions you need to ask about your niche to decide what niche to work on. And I really would love you to go away and do that when we've finished. In the next 24 hours, you'll get that handout and you can start working on that straight away. And that will make a big difference to your decisions. So I'm going to hand over to Paula when I found her place here. Because Paula...
You zoom in a bit.
I'll zoom in a bit.
Isn't as good as yours. I'm going to talk about my favorite thing. One of my favorite things, which is Facebook.
Here we go. We're zooming in. We're zooming in.
Love it or loathe it, Facebook is a wonderful tool for marketing your therapy business. Now, I could literally talk for days on Facebook. We have a whole...
Days and weeks.
Weeks. A 6-week training on Facebook for our students. But what I'm going to do is drill down and give you some things you can go and look at straight after this online training or tomorrow to make a difference straight away. So let's just answer the most frequently asked question, which is Paula and Emma, how do I use social media to get clients? And we say, well, let's go back to basics. Let's talk about Facebook. They want to talk about Facebook. And the first thing you have to be very, very careful about is promoting your Facebook, your therapy business from your personal profile. So that's the profile that you probably use most of the time to connect with your friends and your family and share your holiday photos, etc., etc. I've been slightly horrified working with some therapists and seeing that all of their personal stuff is publicly available for anybody to see on Facebook. And similarly, they have hundreds or thousands of inverted commas friends who are actually clients or potential clients, and this can give us some real problems in terms of confidentiality and just the ethics of running a therapy business. So the most important way to start is to set up your profile, your personal profile correctly, A, so that there's no business activity running from there, and B, going into your very general privacy settings on your profile, very easy thing to do, to check that not everybody in the world who's online and access to Facebook can see all of your private stuff. Very, very easy to check, and I'd like you to go and do that. Indeed, I would. It's very important also because people are going to check you out on Facebook, whether you like it or not. They're going to see you at a networking event or be referred. They might just remember your name, and they're going to hop onto Facebook to see if they can find out anything about you. It's just what people do. So what we want to promote is a lovely redirection, a nice elegant redirection from your personal profile to your business page. And you can do this in a couple of very, very easy ways. Firstly, by adding a little call to action on your profile picture, or by adding a public post pinned to the top of your profile, redirecting anybody that's come to check you out as a therapist over to your business page. Very, very easy to do. And finally, I harp on about this a lot, folks, with our students, but I'm very proud to say that if we look down a list of our students' profiles on Facebook, we will see consistently high quality, full face, lovely, smiley photographs that look exactly like the person does in real life. This is really important if you're going to start using Facebook as a marketing tool, because somebody will recognize you at an event, they'll check you out on Facebook, and then they won't be able to find you again because instead they get a picture of your puppy or a flower or you on the beach. So the first thing I would advise anybody to do is to make sure that your profile picture is a picture of you, folks. It sounds very, very obvious, but it's so important. And also in such a visually sort of sophisticated world that we're in now, images, the quality of the images that you use needs to be high, and there's very easy and free ways to do that. Very, very important. And talking about tendrils, there are multiple tendrils that come off of all of these, which I can't go into tonight, but let's just cover a couple of other things that you can start implementing straight away. Let's talk about Facebook pages. Another question I get all the time, Paula, do I have to have a Facebook page? Yes, you do. If you are going to be promoting your business at all on Facebook, you absolutely have to have a business page. You will, the worst case scenario is that you promote your business from your profile, which is just meant for friends and family. Facebook can actually close down your account. So you need a Facebook page, and you need to make sure it is set up correctly. There's a very, very easy tool in your general settings on a Facebook page to make sure everything is set up correctly. And then you need to have a content strategy. What do I mean by that? If you're going to use Facebook at all, you want to share content that allows people to see you as an expert in your niche, allows people to see that you know exactly what you're doing, and allows people to be intrigued and interested about working with you. So there's multiple ways that we can put together a strategy for your content. You can use Facebook Live, a wonderful thing, which has a training all to itself. Mm-hmm. Written content, it's very important to know how frequently to post. We've got boosted posts, themes, and all sorts of goodies. But the most important thing to do today, folks, is to set up your personal profile so that it's private. Make sure that you don't have friends who are not actually your friends. Have a Facebook page, and make sure that you have all the correct settings in place. Now, I could go on and on for hours about Facebook, but
she could.
I could, but I can't this evening. But it is a wonderful, wonderful free tool, and we've had some amazing success stories from our students using Facebook to find clients and grow their business.
We have, and we've seen lots of amazing Facebook Lives going on recently. It's fantastic. So I want to, for the last thing I said I would give you here on this mind map, is this piece here about building your brand assets. Now, I believe that you can create packages, not sell your time by the hour, really from nearly straight away after you've qualified. And for those of you who've been qualified for some time, I really strongly suggest you do this. Now, what happens is people go looking for a therapist, and they find, maybe a directory. They look on the directory. They see a load of therapists. They see a load of therapists who apparently specialize in, 20 different things, 30 different things. So that's not specializing. There's no niche there at all. So they don't know how to choose anybody because everybody looks the same. Now, I hope you will understand that I am saying this in a loving way, because it really, really is so important that you stand out, because we want you to get clients. We don't want you to commoditize yourself, because when everybody looks the same, guess what people look at and choose on? That's hourly rate. And you don't want people comparing you to the next person and picking them because they're £5 cheaper per hour. That is so not a good way to run a business. So what we want is, instead of people comparing apples with apples, we want people comparing apples and pears. And the way that we do that is to create packages. Now, what do I mean by a package? What I mean is that you get really, really, really clear about the result, the outcome that people are going to get from working with you. So here you are selling the result. Now, where's my, here they are. You're selling the result, and you're offering a mix of things so that it's very difficult for them to compare, because you're putting lots of different things into the package. So let's just have a little look about what those things could be. Thought my tendrils had gone for a second there. Woo! Relief. So the first thing is, the obvious one is, you might want to package up a few sessions. So for example, somebody might say, I've got X problem, and you say, well, for me to deal with X problem, it will take 3 sessions. Now, I recently had some help from somebody, and actually, because they are the expert, you are the expert, you therapists are the expert in, when somebody wants your help, you do not give the client a choice of what process they want or how many sessions they want. You are in charge. You know how many sessions it generally takes. Now, and of course, everybody is, different, and some people will take longer than others, but we have to make sure that, and in some ways, when you offer packages, you might win some, you might lose some a little bit in terms of, the result, but it's so important. So number of sessions, you can put email and phone support in, you can put education in, you can include a questionnaire. There might be products. I talked about supplements and oils. You might have books that you recommend from other people, action plans, like personalized recordings, and a mixture of treatments that are relevant for those clients. So I really, really, really want you to think about this outcome, the result that you are offering your clients. So I am now going to stop sharing this. Bear with me again, please. Bear with me. And here we go.
Another flawless transition.
Flawless. Well, it's not particularly flawless because the slides have disappeared. Okay. Oh, no. Stop that. Turn that off. Slide. Oh, okay. Right.
Just bear with us, folks.
Bear with us. Right, so I'm being a bit daft. Here we go. There we go, there we go, there we go.
Don't you love it when that happens?
Don't we love it when that happens? Just a little heart flutter there. Okay, over to you, Paula.
Okay, now please remember, what we teach is not just theory. This process and roadmap is exactly what we have used to help over 1,000 therapists to get more clients and grow their businesses. They're exactly the same principles if you're just starting out or you already have a busy practice, busy business. We have used this roadmap to help therapists in over 40 countries with the results and the 5-star testimonials to prove it, which we're very proud of indeed. So what's this all about? It's about having a full practice with paying clients who you can really help. It's about leveraging your expertise so you can help even more people with online courses or training. It's about getting rid of the worry about paying the bills so you don't have to give up your dream of being an amazing therapist or go back to a normal job. And finally, you can live your life's mission. So important. So we're not really sure why you showed up today. It may be because you're fed up of not finding clients and not feeling you can charge enough if you're even charging at all at the moment. It may be because you want to take your practice to the next level but don't know where to start. And perhaps you're just finding marketing too overwhelming and difficult and scary, and you want an easier way so you can spend more time doing what you love. So we really hope you get this one thing. We've found the secret to getting more therapy clients, and discovering these marketing secrets and processes utterly changed our lives, and it can change yours too. And it's something you can do. It's a simple step-by-step process, just as Emma showed you. And you can, in a very short period of time, have a thriving practice. So the obvious question is, how do you apply all this that you've learned to your therapy business? So you have a choice. You can do it slowly, using trial and error and some of what we've taught you today, or you can do it quickly using our roadmap, our training, and our support. We love this quote from Albert Einstein, and it goes like this: everything in life should be as simple as possible, but not simpler. And this is how we've built Therapy Marketing School. It's simple and decoded and not overwhelming. And it has none of the distracting marketing tactics and tools that you don't need. The Therapy Marketing School is designed to give you the marketing solution you need, every little thing you need, all broken down and simplified to get you more clients and grow your practice. And it's absolutely the fastest way to get you from A, the foundation stage, to B, which is having a flourishing practice. And it kind of helps you do this, which is get straight through the mountains as quickly as possible. It looks terribly cold. Instead of doing this, which is what I've certainly done multiple times in my career.
We've all done it.
Which is basically jumping off that marketing cliff, not really knowing exactly where you're going to land. So what exactly is it? It's the only fully tested process available to help you build a thriving and profitable therapy business. It's delivered in an easily navigated membership site. You get immediate access to absolutely everything. And there are videos and worksheets so that you can work through everything and plan as you go. We provide additional masterclasses covering topics that you request. So, for example, we had one at the start of this year called From Overwhelm to Flow, and it was to help you really get over the overwhelm of everything that was going on at the start of the year and plan a really effective and successful 2018. And our students absolutely loved that. We provide full support. You can ask us any questions, either in our dedicated and really active, fantastic Facebook group, or live in our twice monthly Q&As with myself and Emma. And we offer preferential tongue-tied there, you get me teeth in, rates for one-to-one laser coaching and workshops too. Now, we offer 3 core training programs in the Therapy Marketing School. Number 1, full diary formula. Number 2, Facebook success for therapists. And number 3, how to create an information product in 60 days. So let's talk first about the full diary formula. This has 6 modules. And this program gets your foundations in place and gives you everything you need to bring in as many clients as you need. It will give you clarity over what business you really want. So important. It's got to be about what you really want. And it will help you laser focus to a niche so that your clients can find you. We'll also teach you to craft your message. Very, very important. You will also know how to package your services in such a way that it makes it easy to buy from you. And you'll know what to charge and how to charge those very important premium rates. And you will stand head and shoulders above the crowd of therapists, magnetizing your clients towards you. In Full Diary Formula, we also cover our proven referral system so that your clients can send clients to you. And you will have 6 proven strategies for converting prospects into clients. It's all done for you. You will know what makes a converting website, if you need one at all, and you'll have our essential 12-point action plan for that. And you will also have templates for client conversations and emails that you can simply cut and paste your messages into. Okay, let's move on to the second training that we provide you, which is Facebook Success for Therapists. Hurrah, my favorite thing. This is essential for anyone who wants to attract clients using Facebook without spending any money. You will learn how to perfect your personal profile so that your potential clients can find you, but without seeing all your private moments. You will learn how to set up a beautiful business page that can also double up as a surrogate website. And you will learn how to populate your page with that compelling content in a way that attracts followers. In that course, we also teach you how to contribute in other people's Facebook groups to attract clients without being spammy and without getting thrown out of groups. And you will also learn to set up your own group. Pop back to that. Thank you, Emma. You'll be able to set up your own group and learn how to turn prospects into clients from within your group. Very, very powerful stuff. It's fantastic and absolutely perfect for niching as a therapist. You'll learn how to do Facebook Live sessions that will be eagerly attended by your new raving fans. And as long as you remain a student member with us, we will give you regular updates on everything important for you that's changing at Facebook to help you keep up to date with everything you need to know. And let's move on to number 3, which is how to create an information product in 60 days. Amazing training in which you will learn our unique process of creating any product step by step. You'll learn the language you need to use to wow your clients, keep them engaged. And we will teach you how to turn your idea into something concrete. And you will know what tools to use from beginning to end and which ones to get you started quickly. In that training, we also give you a proven and very, very simple structure to write all your content. You'll learn how to structure your product for maximum learning and engagement. We will help you offer different pricing decisions, delivery decisions online and offline, and we will teach you to craft your story to use on your sales page. Your sales page will create something that people want to buy and you can start selling straight away. Now, also remember, Therapy Marketing School membership is for every month. It's 365 days a year, and you will have constant support through 2 monthly live question and answer sessions that are then posted into the membership sites. That's Q&A every 2 weeks with me and Emma. You can ask us anything you like. We have ongoing marketing masterclasses where the content is driven by you. We will keep asking you what you need, and we will provide the training that you tell us you need. We will give you access to our private students-only Facebook community, and there you can have your questions answered and connect with like-minded therapists from all over the world. The depth of knowledge and experience in there is absolutely incredible and so valuable. And the training is constantly updated and the content is driven by you. In other words, if you request help on something, guess what? We will create that content to help you. So how much will this cost me? Okay, each of these 3 courses is sold for $497. So that's $1,491 before you even think about the support. Now, our consulting rates for private clients are between about $3,000, $4,000 a day. But it's going to cost you a tiny fraction of those figures. You can get started today, right now, for $37. You'll immediately get full online access to absolutely everything, to all of our training. You'll then be invited straight into our private students-only Facebook group. And guess what? You can start asking your questions straight away and get answers almost immediately. But you'll get much, much more because you'll get fortnightly live Q&A sessions with me and Emma. You'll get our monthly Facebook briefing to keep you ahead of that game. And you'll get student-only rates if you need laser-focused one-to-one coaching. Don't believe us? Well, listen to what some of our students say. Emma.
Well, I'm very pleased to say that Sean Collins, lovely Sean Collins, this is a must-have for any therapist who finds they cannot attract the right clientele or who wants to increase their client base. I found the training extremely easy to follow and understand. I have already increased my client base without having to pay much in outgoings. I am good at what I do as a therapist, but I have always found marketing very difficult until now. I'm focused and I know exactly what direction I'm heading in, what type of person my perfect client is, and how to market myself successfully to that client. And we've got one from Annabella here. I love Therapy Marketing School. Paula and Emma have such a wealth of incredible knowledge about this area, and as a new therapist, I have gone from not knowing where to start vis-a-vis marketing myself to implementing a plan of action and starting to see results. Everything is delivered incredibly professionally, but with a healthy dose of humor to keep interest levels high. And from the lovely Andy, Paula, I've just calculated that since following the advice you and Emma have shared, and more specifically, since creating my Facebook business page on Thursday evening, I've signed up enough client business appointments to recover 12 months of membership investment in Therapy Marketing School. It's great working with you both. And from the fabulous Colleen, just for the record, I cannot let this year end without acknowledging the impact that these 2 women and their tech wizard pool have had on me and what I do. Becoming a student in Therapy Marketing School has been a game changer for me. I've learned so much without ever having to sacrifice who I am, and that's huge. Thanks to all of you from the bottom of my heart. And I have a very big heart. Indeed, you do, Colleen. Thank you. So
to sum up, if you want more clients and a thriving therapy practice without having to be a marketing guru, there is no better system. Our students tell us this is exactly what they wish they had had when they started, because it would have saved them many, many hundreds, if not thousands of dollars or pounds and wasted hours. You get instant access to all the modules online as soon as you sign up, immediately. And you get all this plus your own community of therapists and our support too. And you can start for only $37. You can cancel it anytime, and there's absolutely no minimum time commitment either, no hassles guaranteed. So right now, click on the link in the chat box. If you're watching on YouTube, look in the comments for the link, or go to therapymarketingschool.com and click Start Today. Or the hardest option, just copy what you see on the screen.
We'll put it in the chat box in a minute.
Now type in this link, or go to the comment section and click on the link. And what will happen next is you will see this page with a big orange Buy Now button. Very simple. You just click on that button. And then you will be given an option to either start for $37, or there's an annual option for $370. That will give you 2 months absolutely free for committing to 1 year studying with us. Click the one you want, press continue, and fill in your details just to show you how straightforward that is. It will then take you to a page that looks like this. You fill in your card details, fill in your name, address, etc., etc. Press continue, and you will be in Therapy Marketing School. So you will get immediate access. So click the link that you see in the comments if you're watching in YouTube. Go to therapymarketingschool.com and click on Start Today. Now, just a little warning here. Student membership will be closing to new members on Monday, the 5th of March at 9 a.m. GMT. And that's because we like to really serve our new students fully and make sure they get off to a really great start. So after that time, any new requests to join Therapy Marketing School will just be added to a waiting list. Finally, we promised if you stay to the end, and many of you have, which is fabulous, we would share our client analyzer tool and the mind map so you can start implementing right away. So check your inbox in the next 12 to 24 hours and you will find all of those goodies. And remember, if you sign up now, you will get immediate access to everything. So find the link in the YouTube comments, go to therapymarketingschool.com and click on Start Today. And just remember that student membership is closing to new members on Monday, the 5th of March at 9 a.m. GMT.
So thank you very much for listening. I've now put that link into the chat box. So you just click on that Buy Now and it will take you straight through to that page. And if you do that, we can start helping you to build your thriving therapy business straight away. So thanks for listening and bye for now.
Bye, everyone.